So, welcome back to Retail Reality, the podcast about retail and all the crazy that comes with it.
Hey, I'm Caitlin. I've been in retail for almost 12 years now. Just a little refresher there. And today we are going to talk about some crazy stories about some of the homeless encounters that we have dealt with and other people that we know have dealt with.
Yeah. But first, uh, y'all see behind us this little tarp that was made for us by her husband, actually. So, shout out to him. And it's sick too. It was like a surprise for us. We had no clue. He asked her for a picture of the logo. He called me at work for how to spell my name, and then as soon as he got that, he hung up. I texted him a couple hours later, and I was like, "What was that all about?" And then he was, "None of your business." And so then I show up today, and I get a, "Hey, look what was made." We thought it was gonna be something else. I won't say what we thought because we're gonna do it soon, hopefully within the
Yes.
next week or two. But we a little bit of a surprise.
Yeah, for sure. Now our background is just a little less distracting until we get our shed built for the little studio we're gonna do for the podcast. So still work in progress on that, but we'll definitely be posting like some clips of that in the works and stuff like that
Yes.
when we start building that. Um,
And
but yeah,
and another work in progress, the audio, we know. Like
yeah, definitely work in progress. We need to upgrade our mics for sure for that. So bear with us. I know if you're just listening versus watching, it's probably a little fuzzier. But bear with us. It will get better. We promise.
yeah, I've heard people have had to turn the volume up in some spots, down in some spots, but you know, if you rock with us, you'll turn it up and down when you need to. And if if we start, making something off of this a little quicker, we could upgrade it quicker, but
This
that's
is true.
that's the whole goal. We're working on it, we know, and it'll it'll be better soon.
Yeah, work in progress. We will get there though. Bear with us. Um, so for today, like I said, we're going to talk about some of the homeless encounters that we have had, and I want to start because this story goes into a bit bigger of a story. We used to have at one of the stores I worked at a while ago, we had a regular that I personally did deal with quite a few times, but almost everyone in the store knew who he was. Um, and this guy was he was far gone, probably from too much drug use, whatever. I don't know the exact situation. Obviously, some homeless people struggle with mental health and other things. But when he would come in, he was usually pretty easy to deal with. Um, and you'd just like walk up because he'd have stuff that he was trying to steal, obviously, and walk out with. It was always like batteries or flashlights or something like that because he lived in one of the big homeless encampments by the store. And we'd just walk up and be like, "Hey, you can't take that with you. Can we have it back?" And he'd just hand it off, and then he'd go on some crazy rants while he was exiting the building, and a lot of it involved. He'd say owned the store and stuff like that. He was the store's mascot, and can't be kicked out because he was the founder of the store and all of the things. So he's pretty fun to deal with, and it was always kind of chuckle when he left because all of the things he would say, and we just kind of roll with it. And him and two of his other friends were regular stealers of the store. And one of the guys, I think he was the machete guy.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, you remember
Yeah.
hearing about that? Yeah,
Yeah.
he used to come into the store and he'd bring a machete with him and just walk around. He never actually took it out and like tried to hurt anybody with it, thankfully. But we were always pretty concerned when he came into the building because he was definitely an unpredictable character. And that's not something we want to deal with, obviously. Um, but him and two of his other friends. There's him, uh, the machete guy, and then one other guy that was just this big dude, just covered in tats. And I guess he had gotten like beat the shit out of him, and he like ended up in our local diner and like collapsed on the floor to get help because yeah. So interesting. But so those three were regulars for like a few years. Um, and then it was semi recently I heard about
Yeah.
what happened with them. Because we stopped seeing them around, so we were asking questions, and someone we know from work has like some ins with some of the cops, and he was telling me that apparently those three were found they're either stabbed. I think they were all beheaded. It was like a bad drug deal or
Yeah.
something like that, in their little homeless encampment, and they were all found like brutally murdered, and it was like a bad situation. They're all pretty kind of sad about that one because you know uh, at least the first guy that I talked about he was always a hoot to deal with.
Yeah.
'Cause, yeah, we'll miss the founder of our stores. We'll definitely miss him.
I was gonna say those are like the good ones you deal with. Like, you know, I'm not gonna lie. If you're taking stuff, I don't care. I'm not gonna be the one to stop you. But like the ones that are, someone says something to them, they just, hand whatever they got over, be like, all right, like you got me, and then don't cause like a big scene, like, like you were saying, all the stories and whatever he's saying, like it's just funny, like
No, we always got a laugh out of him. So
yeah,
it was always like a not necessarily a bad
yeah,
situation because
like
we always got our merchandise back, and then we got to like hear him rant about all the things.
like
Just kind of fun.
the good ones are like they're crazy, but they're not crazy, if you know what I'm saying. Like they they got something going on upstairs, but like they're not violent or they're not trying to fight you. They're just like they do it all with their words and whatever. Like it's just like I don't mind. Like they're no real problem. It's you get a good laugh out of it most of the time too.
Yeah. There's definitely a lot worse situations, obviously. Which a
Oh
lot of those I'm not going to get into.
yeah,
Um,
not yet.
yeah, not yet. For another time. What's another story that I know? I remember at one of my last stores that I worked at, but it was my last day at this one store. I was about to leave and go to a different store, and I got pulled over to this circle of people, like employees. There was a couple cops and my store manager. We were all in this circle, and I walk up and I get in the circle because she asked me to come over there, and I'm standing there, and this lady is screaming in my store manager's face, like just screaming at her, just freaking out, and is like not making any sense. But as she's screaming, she is pissing everywhere, like the most piss I have ever seen in my life. And I have a baby, so like that's saying something. And like she's literally just standing in her puddle of pee, screaming and stomping around and splashing it everywhere. And our store manager's like, "Oh my gosh, I don't even know how to handle it. How can we help you and get you to go?" Like, she's like, "How do we get you to go?" Because the cops are standing there like, "I'm not touching her." Like, they did not want anything to do with her. Um, so like my store manager made me run to the deli and like grab some chicken for her. And the lady didn't even end up taking the chicken or anything, but I like stood there and was like, "Here you go." And she's like freaking out, not paying attention to me. And eventually she stormed off and they got her out of the store. But that was definitely a sight to see, I guess.
Yeah, those are the ones you got to worry about. The ones who cause something, and I
Hmm.
know that cleanup would not have been fun. And
Yeah, luckily I didn't have to clean it up. I've successfully and purposefully avoided every like hazmat training at
oh
every store I've ever worked at because I'm not dealing with that. The amount of like human feces
yeah,
that happen in retail Man, I got stories about that too. Oh, we're not getting into that today.
Yeah,
But it's ridiculous.
yeah.
And yeah,
I swear.
I refuse. They can't pay me enough for that. There's no way.
No, I swear. Like it all happens. Whatever you can think of, it's probably happened too. If not us, somebody we work with or somebody we know, it's definitely happened. But I was talking to a friend earlier today, and she was saying that she was cashiering one day, you know, normal day, whatever, and she, like a homeless guy, kind of, he's in her line, which whatever. So then, at the end, I guess they're normally like, oh, you paying cash, card, whatever. And so instead of like one or the other, he just grabs. I guess he had like a sandwich from the deli or something, and he grabs the sandwich, throws it at her chest, and then just like storms out. And I asked her, I was like, so did you like say something or what happened? All she said was, I asked him cash or card,
Oh my God, what?
which I'm not gonna lie, that's that's
You just
hilarious.
straight chuck the sandwich at her.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I wouldn't say it's the craziest thing. It's not, but it's just funny, especially because it's a close friend of mine, so it makes it even more funny. Like it almost makes me want to be on this guy's side. Like I would have done the same thing if I was him. Like
Oh, that's just rude.
yeah, well, yeah, that's how I am. But like I was like that makes no sense, but you know, it wasn't me, so I I'm not gonna talk about it. But yeah, it was just a super funny thing that she was telling me earlier today. I was like, it literally anything and everything happens. And it's kind of like
Hmm.
one of those things you get up and get ready for work, and instead of like, oh, I gotta work today, whatever, it's more of like, all right, what's gonna happen today? Like,
Yeah.
let me prepare myself for a little bit because you really never know.
There's no preparing for some of the
No,
stuff we deal with.
it's like you would never think of what's gonna happen till it happens. Then you have no clue what to do because it's just the most abnormal thing you've ever dealt with or had to deal with, and it's like never thought this would come, but here we are.
Yeah, they don't train you for these kinds of situations. I don't think there's a way to
No,
train you for
no,
these
no,
kinds of
no.
situations.
It's almost like a, well, I guess you got to figure it out now type of thing. Like
Yeah,
good luck.
yeah. No,
Um,
I would be pissed. I don't understand why he even went through the check stand if he wanted the sandwich and
no,
didn't have
I'm
money.
just walking out the door with it.
Like, just, I mean, one sandwich, most of the time you know, they're not gonna like tackle you or anything for that. Like,
No, like
that's not big enough of a thing for
yeah,
them to waste their time
no,
with. You know what I mean? Like, they'll just kind of accrue things on
yeah,
that, I think. But I don't understand why you'd even go through the check
no.
lane for that. Like,
I mean, there's what, like, we'll just say on average, there's probably like 3 or 4 exits in each building. Like I'm just going out one of them. You know, why if I'm not gonna pay for it, why am I even gonna act like I'm gonna pay for it? I'm just walking out.
yeah.
But yeah, there's one more thing I can think of, and I know you know all about this
Uh-oh.
because I get to work the day after this happens. Normal day, but then she gets to work a couple hours later and starts yelling at me. And I'm like, what did I do? Like, I'm just doing what I normally do. But she wasn't yelling at me. She was yelling to me. Um,
Like, I don't usually yell at you. I yell at a lot of people,
no,
but I
I'm
don't
like,
usually yell at
well,
you.
it was almost like you hunted me down to like threaten me or something. And I'm
Oh
like, I
my
don't know what is going on right now. But I had left, I'll just say 20 minutes before this happened. And so there's like a family of 5, maybe 5, 6, but you got the 2 parents, and then they have like 3 kids, and they're really young. Like I'd probably say no older than like 10. But
Oh, I know where this is going.
but so they're walking through, and at this place there's like display couches, and a lot of people just go sit on them. I don't know why. Like that's not how I'm spending my day, going to sit on a couch at a grocery store. But
To each
um,
their own.
yeah, I guess so. But uh, so the family's just walking around doing their shopping or whatever, and they see this homeless guy sitting on a couch, which is not or it is normal. Like it happens a lot.
Oh yeah.
But then as soon as they kind of start walking past him, uh they notice he's doing some extracurricular activities, and I'll let you put two and two together. I'm not gonna say it. This yeah, but
Mhm.
he's having a good time, and I like I said, I was not there for all this, but I heard all about it the next day. And so what she's yelling at me is like, "You'll never guess what happened right after you left." And then I was like, "Oh God, what?" And then that's where I heard all this, and you can go into more
Oh my
detail
god.
about it because
Okay.
I remember there was you were like the last like person like higher up there, even though you're not higher up, but they act
Used
like
and
you are.
abused, I
Yeah.
am.
But so there was no like male there. So she
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
had to go deal with this on her own. I'll let you talk
Oh
about it
my
because I
god.
know you got a lot to say.
Oh my god. Okay, I don't even want to get into this, but we're doing it. Okay. So, I was kind of in charge for the night. Everyone had left. So I don't even want to get into it so bad. Okay. Um, but anyways, my boss had just left and he was a male. And we went out to smoke a cigarette before we came back in. And so I'm on break and I come back in the building, and when I go to back to where I'm starting to work, it's close to where the couches are. So I like walk up and I'm like facing something and I look over and there's this guy sitting on the couch and he's kind of slouched. And I was like, what's going on over there? But it gave me like this really, really weird feeling. Like, don't go over there. Like, I just had everything in my body was like, red flag, avoid his eye contact because he was looking at me. And I was like, okay, no, I'm not. I'm gonna just avoid and keep working. Because like just everything in me was like, no, don't deal with that. Um, so I kept working, and then like 2 minutes later, I get a call. That someone was doing a little something on the couch. And a family had witnessed it and complained, obviously. And also that there was no male managers there to deal with it. So I'm like, what? And I'm like, I have them repeat themselves, and they're like, yeah, that guy's doing a little something on the couch. They actually stated what it is, but I don't even want to say it. You know what I'm talking about. And so I'm like, okay, cool. So he's like, yeah, he's got to go. And I was like, cool. So I hang up and I go and I grab just a regular worker that's a guy because I'm not approaching the situation by myself as a female, obviously. Like, fuck that. That's not happening. So we like run over there, and I guess someone that worked in a different department that worked in the department that holds the couches and stuff had just walked up and was like, dude, you got to go. So we walked up literally as he's like, pulling his pants up and running. So I'm like walking behind this guy. I'm like, no, I got to make sure he's leaving because his pants are not on. Like he's holding them up. And so I'm like walking behind him with my friend, well, not my friend, my coworker. Um, and I'm like, dude, you gotta go. What are you doing? he's like, I'm going. And he keeps walking. And right as we're like on the front end by the cash registers, this girl walks out and she's dressed a very provocatively way, okay? So I like start freaking out because she's right in front of him and he's not going around her. He's like slowed down to stay right behind her. So I'm like, dude, no. So I'm like freaking out, following this guy. And I like stand in the lobby, like outside, watching him. And I'm like, I can't, because I can't leave the building because then that's like following. I don't know. I have to protect my job. I don't want to get into any weird situations where I can get in trouble. So I'm like standing in the lobby watching. And he like almost follows her to her car, and I'm about to yell, and then she gets to her car, and he like goes the other way. I was like, oh my gosh, like that was a stressful situation. Thinking back, I probably should have um called the cops, because like that's a like sexual offender at that point, I'm pretty sure. So like I
It's
should
okay.
have.
Yes.
You learn from your experiences, but that was an experience that I never wanted to experience. And then I was talking to another coworker, and the other day, it was just like a week ago about it, and because he's from a different store, and he's like, "Oh my god, that happened in my store too." So I guess it's a regular occurrence.
I
Yeah.
Well, that's crazy because it's like summertime now, so like you're trying to go inside, but like somewhere cool. But at the end of the day, like if you really got to do that, just go to the bathroom.
I yeah, like I don't understand why people go to grocery stores to do these things. Like, I
Yeah,
just don't get it.
like it's weird enough in the bathroom, but like, oh man,
Yeah.
it,
Because there were children that witnessed that with that
yeah,
family.
like
Like,
young kids
yeah,
too. But
yeah.
it's like we got the normal. We got someone ODing on the bathroom floor. We got
This is pretty
people
regular.
people spreading their how do I put this? I'm not trying to like they people got to go to the bathroom, so they'll be spreading their stuff on the bathroom walls, and like I just don't understand. Like it's a weird like what kind of makes you want to go do that?
Dude, I remember like just it was not that long ago. We had a bunch of guys come in, like a bunch of like teenage guys come in, and they like
Oh
went into
yeah.
the bathroom, and I got called up there, and they're like in the bathroom, and you can hear them, and they all come running out. And they're like, "Oh, why'd you get sick everywhere?" to one of their friends. And I like one of the guys in the front was like, "You have to see what I have to deal with. Like, you have to see what they did." And I like, so I walked in there because like it was empty. It was the men's room, but it was empty. So he like blocked it off, and he let me go in and look, and it was like there was puke in the sink, there was poop all over the toilet, there was poop in the corner on the walls. It was like there was poop in the sink. Like it was bad. It was really bad. It was really bad. But these are the reasons why I refuse to be hazmat trained. Like I will not. I will not. I
No.
will walk off the job. Like,
Yeah, it's never doing that.
no, no,
But
not happening.
no, it's I especially like teenage kids like
I, People are disgusting. You want to know how gross people are? Work in retail. Just work in retail. You'll figure it out real quick.
yeah, first like 20 minutes you're there, you'll be like, "Oh, okay. I get exactly what this talk is about."
Yeah, it's bad.
But I guess one more thing I got to say is that and so where we work we've said there's like the homeless camp uh so a lot of them come in, but then it's honestly I feel like it's more like I don't want to say normal, but like the normal shoppers compared to the homeless people that come in. And I get like it's summertime, it's hot, it's like 90 some degrees every day, but the amount of people I smell on the daily is like actually mind blowing. Like I said, I know it's hot, but like all you gotta do is put on some deodorant.
Put on some deodorant. It's not that freaking hard. Basic
Yeah,
hygiene.
no, it's crazy to me. Like I don't know. I'd never walk out of the house smelling like that. And like I'm very self-conscious about that. So like I don't know if some people are just like going through it or they just don't care, but it's like we do care and it I don't know. I could never, but it's like something that happens a lot. Like it almost is like the best way I can put it is a lot of it is people in their adult diapers that change it like once a day. Like that's the kind
Mhm.
of vibe I get from it. It's either that or like I shower with the garden hose instead of the shower type of
I knew a
thing.
vendor that did that, and, like, he left tracers of stink anywhere he went. It was
Yeah,
so
you
gross.
can almost see like the fog trail
A little
following them
funky
wherever they're
fog.
walking. Yeah,
Ew.
but yeah, I had to bring that up. Someone, one of my friends at work, we were talking about that the other day. So shout out to you. And I had to bring that up real quick.
That's been brought up a lot lately. It's hot out. People wear your deodorant. Basic hygiene. Come
Yeah,
on. We have to suffer through your little stinky trails and stuff. Like, it just please, God,
yeah.
please.
Like I almost want to put like at like every front door like a little basket. Like take one. It's got deodorant. It's got a little like body spray. It's got a little shampoo and body wash or something. Like at this point, I'm gonna do it out of my own pocket because I can't deal with this.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah, but yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah, I think that's about it for today. Covered a few different
Yeah,
horrible things.
and
So,
there will be a lot more in the future, so
oh, yes.
don't worry. But yeah, before I just want to say like, comment, subscribe, and if you got any of your own stories, like comment them down below. Like we want to share those with everybody. So if you got any, let us know, and we'd love to talk about them and react to them.
Yes, please. Or send them to the email. Either way, we want stories. We want your guys' stories. We know there are so
Yeah,
many people in the world that work in retail. And I
yeah,
know that if we have crazy stories just from the few stores we've worked at, then you guys have some crazy
yeah,
stories.
yeah.
So send them, share them.
Yep,
You could be featured in our show. You never know.
yeah.
Yeah.
We'd
Shout out.
we'd love to.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah, it's retail reality. Thanks for
Yeah,
joining
thank
us.
you.